So much of our existence, from commercials to television shows to movies, are accentuated by sound and music. And when you watch a scary movie, I know it's that time of year with Halloween coming up, there are lots of scary movies out there right now, but the music in the movie sets the stage or the tone for the next scene. So you could be sitting there watching a scary movie and you hear the music and it's kind of ominous and then it stops. You know you should be prepared that something's going to happen. It just kind of triggers something and you're like, let's prepare for this scary moment that's going to come up. Think of all the iconic movies that have had music and sound accentuating our experience with it. So things like Star Wars. My kids are huge Star Wars fans and love that music. And Disney movies. So Disney movies would not be as fun or as important in our lives as they are if there wasn't for music. Jurassic Park or The Wizard of Oz. I mean, think about Dorothy going down the yellow brick road with no music or no sound of her feet on the bricks. It wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't feel the same. It wouldn't be the same without a soundtrack. I use songs and rhythm through meditation. I still incorporate that into my daily life. Some people like to meditate when it's quiet. I am a meditator with sound. I have to have some form of sound because it keeps me focused, keeps my brain from wandering away. I listen to things from nature, like birds and ocean sounds or the sound of rain. I love chanting, like the Om, chanting of Om, or monks of different types. And I also love the unity chants, the chants that we do to express ourselves in musical prayer. Calm instrumental music, so things that are string instruments. I love string instruments and piano, so cello, I like cello and piano and guitar and violin. I love the harp. So all of these are really good instruments that really get me calmed and centered. Rhythm. So rhythm is another one. It depends on my mood. So this morning as I get here, sometimes I like to have relaxing music on, but this morning it was all about the rhythm. I had to have something upbeat this morning. So something with drums or something that encourages joy, and that's what I love to listen to sometimes. Also, a thing with rhythm is that there is something called an alpha and a theta sound that goes, sometimes is played in the background of music, but it also can play alone. And it's like a metronome type tick. And it ticks at different frequencies. So depending on what you want to do, whether you want to be alert or if you want to be meditative, you choose the alpha or the theta ticking sound. And that is a wonderful way to meditate. And you can look that up on YouTube because it's there, the alpha theta sounds. And another thing that I use quite often are the soothing sounds of someone's voice. Now this week during our study group, we did a meditation and we used the voice of Muji. And Muji is one of my favorite spiritual teachers. He's got such a calming voice. Or Thich Nhat Hanh. Or another person that's really good at meditation and a very calm voice is Deepak Chopra. And so I just use these voices to just get me into a space of centering. And one of the most soothing sounds for us in most cases is the sound of another person's voice, especially the sound of someone that we love. When my kids were little, I used to calm them by singing or humming to them while I was patting their little backs, trying to keep them calm. And they too have now gotten to a point where rhythm and music is very important to them. This week, my great Aunt Mavis, she passed away. She transitioned into the next existence, and she was 98 years old. And I remember as a child, she would come to my house, and she always had a song. She always sung. It was something she did. And every time she came, no matter how old I was, I loved to hear her sing. And just a couple of years ago, I think she was about 95 was the last time she went to church. I saw a video on Facebook of her singing at 95. And it was like, oh, I remember that voice. What a beautiful life to spend immersed in that kind of joy and that kind of music. Thich Nhat Hanh says that the voice of love and kindness is the most powerful voice at all. And he wrote a book called For a Future to Be Possible, Commentaries of the 5 Wonderful Precepts. And he talks about the fourth precept as being the one of mindful speech and deep listening. He says that we can choose to make our speech very mindful and a very intentional act. What we say and how we say it is very, very important. Buddhists say that there are 5 aspects of the voice that bears loving kindness and compassion. One is the wondrous voice, and this voice is the most pleasant to hear. It would be the one you hear from the loved one that I talked about a moment ago, someone like a friend or a family member. It brings calm, comfort, and healing, and it brings us to a place where we can connect with our souls. The second one, there's the voice of the world regarded, and this is the one that relieves suffering, and it relieves the painful feelings that we have, because it's the voice of someone who understands. So that might be the voice of a mentor or a teacher or someone that is wise and has words that can help. Third, there's the Brahma voice. The Brahma voice is noble. It would be the voice maybe of a spiritual leader, somebody that speaks to you. And this also brings forth the willingness to be happy and to bring joy into your life and teaches you to make that a center of your experience. The fourth voice is the rising tide of the Bodhidharma. It is a very powerful voice. It is the person that transcends more than just your ministry, your clergy, maybe an avatar like Jesus, or peace be upon him, Muhammad. And these are the thundering silence kind of things that we talked about last week, where it comes in and you become enlightened. You're awakened in that moment when you hear that voice. The fifth and final voice they talk about is the voice of world surpassing. This is the one that transcends all of the other voices and includes it. It is what I would say in our contemporary and modest understanding would be God. We also need to be very, very aware that these voices that we use, whatever our role is within the voice, as our language is really, really important. Thich Nhat Hanh says that our speech can either be uplifting or it can be demoralizing. So we need to be very careful of how we speak to people. He says that the most damaging type of speech are the ones that when we don't tell the truth, when we lie, or we exaggerate. We're telling kind of the truth, but not really. We are deceptive when we're trying to tell them one thing, but actually act another way. Or we use language that's demeaning, so where you are insulting or abusive, or using words that are inappropriate. When we are aware of how we're presenting our voice in this world to ourselves and to others, we become very intentional about our listening and how to listen deeply. And deep listening is the act of being fully present. And a lot of times we're not in that space when we're listening to somebody else. We're busy thinking about what we're going to say next, or we're worried about what we just said. We're not fully present with the person in front of us. It means that we're putting aside what we're thinking in the moment, what we're feeling in the moment. We're setting that aside and we're opening up a space for the person that we're with to be able to share their experience with us. And we are deeply present in the moment with them. There is nothing more important than what they say. This type of deep listening is really important to the practice of mindfulness. It is a byproduct of mindfulness, but it also is a tool for mindfulness. So we get to an either or. We're doing both. We have to be mindful in order to get to these spaces. And the most important time we use this kind of mindful, deep listening is when we're with children, because we are training them how to listen to other people. We are giving them their voice and also showing them and teaching them the voice of others and how important it is for them. This teaching of the younger ones begins by teaching them mindfulness, to be present in the moment, to be here and now, and to also, through meditation, as younger ones who don't usually, you wouldn't think of as a young one as meditating, but they do, especially when there's music involved. I know my kids would sit for hours in a meditative type state when they had a song that they enjoyed listening to. At Plum Village, where Thich Nhat Hanh lives, and that's in France, each hour they ring a bell, and that bell reminds them. It's that sound, that deep listening that they come to when they hear that bell. They get to a point where they stop whatever they're doing, whether they're washing dishes or sweeping the floor or whatever it is. That bell then takes them into the next level of understanding. Stop, be aware, put a smile on my face, and be here and be present in the moment. And they do that for 3 minutes every hour throughout the day, except for when they're sleeping. But this bell is a reminder to bring yourself to your center. And I have the app on my phone, actually. The app, when I'm not here, will ring every hour to remind me to center myself. And if you like that app, it's the Plum Village app for your phone, so you can download it at the Google store. Thich Nhat Hanh says that in Buddhism, the sound of the bell is considered the voice of the Buddha. It's the reminder voice of the avatar, the one that comes to you and says, this is the time to get centered. The bell brings you to your place of center. And it resonates not just because you're hearing it through your ears, you're hearing it and feeling it throughout your entire body. And it resonates with every single cell. This experience of the after effect of the bell, that 3 minutes beyond that time period, is a time where we are in connection with the source of all things. And this is the wonderful, beautiful experience of meditation with the bell. I was very fortunate when I was younger that my parents introduced me to music at a very young age, even though I didn't go into the career of music. I am blessed every single Sunday to be with people like ChristineEss, who have invited me into a world that just brings me so much joy and so much happiness. And my children, I passed it on to my children, that love of music. My daughter played the cello, and she actually performed with ChristineEss a couple years ago at the church we were at before. And she attended the School of the Arts, so music became really important in our family. My son teaches high school and uses music as a teaching aid with his high school students. He teaches literature, and he uses that while they're studying. And my youngest son, he has the most eclectic music library I have ever heard. And he uses that as a way to center himself too. So it's not just the fact that music can become your profession, it can also become your avocation, it can become your lifestyle. And that's how my family has experienced it. So even though none of us are musicians and none of us are in the profession of music, we have chosen this as an experience that we want to have in our lives. We want to have music in our lives, and we are so grateful for that. All of us are. And I plan on passing that down to my grandchildren in the future. That music is so wonderful and so important. In a few minutes, we're going to go into meditation, and it will focus on the sound of the bell. But first, we're going to have another song by ChristineEss. Thank you. And I want to thank ChristineEss for being here today, because it fits that she is here during my time where I'm talking about music and how inspiring it is, because she has inspired me for so many years on how music can make you grow no matter how well you are at it, and how you continue to evolve and become better and better. Thank you.
As we prepare for meditation today, I just want to invite you into this space of stillness with me. Just allow yourself to be fully supported by your seat, by that which is beneath you, your chair, the floor. Allow your mind to just open and rest. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. And I rest and the stillness of this moment, there is peace. Just notice your breath and notice that that peace comes in through your nose and fills your chest cavity in the peace of this moment right here and right now. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe and know. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. And as you continue to breathe, just allow the idea of hope to be so present within every cell of your being. In the stillness of this moment, there is hope. There is hope. In the stillness of this moment, there is hope. There is hope. And I rest and trust and breathe and know. In the stillness of this moment, there is hope. And as we follow that breath into the center, let us cherish the love that is in, around, and through us. In the stillness of this moment, there is love, there is love. In the stillness of this moment, there is love, there is love. And I rest and trust and breathe and know. In the stillness of this moment, there is love. And in that loving peace, we just notice how easy and free we are to experience joy in the stillness of this moment, right here, right now. In the stillness of this moment, there is joy, there is joy. In the stillness of this moment, there is joy, there is joy. And I rest and trust and breathe and know. In the stillness of this moment, there is joy, there is peace, there is hope, there is love.
Today's meditation is from one of Thich Nhat Hanh's disciples, Brother Phap Lin. This guided meditation allows you to hear the sound of silence. I'll ring the bell to invite the opening within you, and it'll allow yourself to hear with your ears, but also with all your other senses, to understand without thoughts, and to be without definition. We are all, and we are nothing at all. The sound of the bell begins the meditation, and listen with your entire being. With body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. I listen to this wonderful sound. It brings me back to my true home. May the sound of this bell penetrate deeply into the cosmos and even the darkest places. Living beings hear it clearly, so that understanding lights up their hearts, and without hardship, they transcend the cycle of birth and death. Listening to the bell, I feel my afflictions begin to dissolve. My mind becomes calm. My body is relaxed. And I smile. Following the sound of the bell, my breath guides me back to the safe island of mindfulness. In the garden of my heart, flowers of peace bloom in beauty. The universal Dharma door is already open. The sound of the rising tide is clear, and the miracle occurs. A beautiful child is born in the heart of the lotus flower. A single drop of this compassionate nectar is enough to bring back the spring to mountains and to the rivers. We can sit in silence for just a few moments, and the sound of the bell will bring us back out of meditation. As we end this meditation, bring your awareness back to your breath. And as you breathe in and out, become aware of your body sitting in your space on the surface that you're on. Take a breath in and let it out. You bring in to feel yourself back in the environment you started in. One more breath in. And let it out. And when you're ready, you can bring your consciousness back to this space and open your eyes. We've come to the part of our service where we open our hearts to give. All donations that we receive go to support the mission and various outreach programs here at Unity of Tacoma. There are 3 ways that you can give. You can go to our website at www.unityoftacoma.org/donate to give via PayPal. You can donate also through Zelle using our telephone number 253-576-3225. You can mail a check to Unity of Tacoma, P.O. Box 112289, Tacoma, Washington 98411. And as we prepare to give, I'd like you to hold the intention of giving within your hands, visualizing the circulation of abundance flowing through you and as you. And Jesus taught us in Luke 6:38, "Give and you will receive. You will be given much, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. It will spill into your lap. The way you give to others is the way God will give back to you." And as you visualize holding this abundance within your hand, please repeat after me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for my blessings today. I am grateful in every way. And so it is. Amen. May the blessings that bring you, that from your gift bring so many blessings back to you. We thank you for your love and support of Unity of Tacoma, helping us to provide the musicians and the missions and ministries that we have here. Thank you so much. Our announcements today. Join us next Sunday, October 31st, during our live stream, Halloween. We will be covering chapter 5, which is paying attention. Our theme is stillness. Our color will be yellow, and our symbol is the deer. If you have not joined a study group and you want to know more about what's going on with this book and what we're learning about here at Unity of Tacoma, you can join a study group that happens during the week. We have one on Wednesday at 4 p.m. We have one on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. and one on Friday at 6:30 p.m. If you are interested in signing up for one of these, please contact me. My email is lori@unityoftacoma.org. That's LORI@unityoftacoma.org, and I'll sign you up for a group. Next Sunday, we have a church gathering that will happen after service at noon. And if you are interested in being part of that gathering, please let me know. Again, you can email me at lori@unityoftacoma.org. We are going to be just getting together and checking in with each other, see where we're at, find out how we're doing, and also give you an idea of how we're planning to move forward throughout the holidays. So this is going to be a really fun gathering, very informal on Zoom. So if you're interested in being part of that, email me at lori@unityoftacoma.org, and I will send you the Zoom link. And also, if you like what you see, if you like what you're hearing, if you want to hear more of people like ChristineEss and all of the wonderful things that happen at Unity of Tacoma, go to our Facebook page, go to our YouTube page, go to the Instagram page and see what's happening, because there's something on there every day, something new. So please like our page and then share it with other people, because we have so much to offer, so much going on here that we'd like to share with you. Please share that with your friends and family and enjoy that yourself. Please visit our social media page. We would be happy to have you there as well. Our benediction today. I wanted to end the message with an interesting poem that I found from Martha Smock, and she wrote this in the mid-50s, 1950s, and it's titled, "Let Your Heart Listen." It's kind of a prayer type benediction, so if you feel so inclined to pray, do so. You are my beloved child. Out of my own self have I created you. My life is your life. My breath is your breath. My spirit is your spirit. There is nothing to fear, for I am with you, mighty in the midst of you. I am the life that heals you. I am the love that lifts your heart and sets you free. I am the wisdom of your mind, and I am the light of your path. I am the peace of your soul. I am with you, dear child, through every hour of the day, standing with you, upholding you, supporting you, revealing myself to you and through you. I am the love that will not let you go. I seek you out when you do not know how to reach me. I speak in your heart to comfort you. I am the life of your body, and my life is perfect and eternal. Trust me, I am your health. I am with you in all the experiences of your life. I am the power in you to understand, and I am the power in you to forgive. I am the power in you to become. Beloved, I am with you. Live in me. Rejoice in me. You are my beloved child. And so it is. Amen. Take that message with you throughout your world this week as you listen to the things that are being said to you, the things from your environment that could bring you joy that you may not have noticed before. Open up those ears. Let those senses allow you to experience something beyond what you've experienced before. I hope this is the gift that you have this week. And so ChristineEss has our one last song. We have our peace song. So join us next week at 10 a.m. And again, on live stream, go to YouTube or Facebook or to our webpage and find us. And we will be happy to see you next Sunday. So thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, a family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you. Have a wonderful week, everyone.